I was looking at my pen before.
Hi, friends. Host Eric here, host Talking People. I'm here with host Rachel.
Hi.
Also host of Talking People.
Yes.
And we are truly an example of California's gold. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? There's a pan. Would you look at that?
There is a pan.
Would you look at these flies?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. That is such a good episode. Oh my gosh.
But
he goes.
It doesn't matter
buzzing.
what he's looking at, though, right? The trees, same thing.
Oh,
look at this. Would you look at this?
Hey, KK Christian Sarma Pagoo.
Hi,
It's good
KK
to
Christian
see
Sarma
you.
Pagoo. Hi, Morridge. Well, you see, KK Christian Sarma Pagoo and Morridge, I'm done with my books that I've been reading. So, I'm no longer lost in a world of magic and mystery and wonder.
But you're bringing it home with you now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, I still find myself considering the fate of Andor and such, but you were going through your period. You had 6 months of menstruation straight. That's a lot of menstrual blood.
Now, were you surprised to know that number 14 was the last book?
Yeah, I thought that there was 15. Thanks, Lawnmower. I appreciate that. Video likers. You and any other video likers, I appreciate your efforts and thumbsing up my thumbs.
This is a 1992 penny, and it looks pretty new.
You're a 1985 penny, and you look pretty new.
Thanks, Bag.
Bye, Can Kirsten Summer for you.
Bye.
Anyway.
In 1995, the main color was periwinkle.
Yep, and it still is. Once something like that's been decided, it stays that way forever.
Yeah. Like your school colors.
Yeah, like your school colors. So, I don't know what exactly inspired me to want to live stream again, except that I was tired of watching Hugo Hauser, and I thought I enjoyed it, but I thought I'd sort of comment on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, guys, tell me you also sense Harry and Hermione got vibes in the 4 movies you've seen so far. I think they have misleading
friend
vibes. Yeah, they got like friend vibes.
I definitely see very friend vibes.
I like Hermione ending up with Ron. Yeah.
Me too. Come on, it's too cute. They're cute together. Harry and Hermione, no, they're like, no.
They fill that same niche too much.
Yeah, exactly. Too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Oh, Mark Dan. The haters come. The haters come. They've got these.
And to go.
These people who.
Where are our wrenchers?
We don't have a lot of wrenches. We don't need a lot of wrenches. I can always wrench,
asking. Just asking.
I just prefer. It just seems like Hermione is more compatible with Ron fundamentally. They complement each other rather than duplicate each other. Whereas Harry and Hermione.
I'm sorry, but no.
They wouldn't last as a couple. Now, Harry ends up getting with Ginny, right?
Yeah.
Which is Ron's little sister.
Yeah,
right?
which is so cute. I think that's so cute.
Hermione seems ESFJ. Well, no. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
She seems kind of like ENTJ. Or
people have typed her as ESTJ.
ESTJ, maybe. Possibly.
Yeah, I see ESTJ. You know, she's like not the NI. You know, the woman with the crystal was kind of like,
Oh
you
yeah,
do not
that's
have
true.
this power, and she gets all in a huff.
That's true. ESTJ. No, I think Ron is an ISFJ.
Yeah, he is.
I don't think he's an ESFJ.
Ron is totally an ISFJ. He's so cute.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's ISFJ. But I'd go for ESTJ for Hermione. That's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly possible.
Yeah, I think it's plausible too. I think it's more. I think she is. I'm sticking with it. I feel that too.
You sticking with ESTJ?
ESTJ for Hermione.
Draco Malfoy, the textbook ESTJ? No, he's not really.
I never thought he was ESTJ. She is. She studies a lot. She's a bookish. She's She remembers a lot of the spells.
I mean, Draco's not a very realistic character. He's both a bully, but he's easy to bully back, and I'd say E and TJ probably.
Me too.
Yeah. E and TJ with his slicked back hair.
TJ, yeah.
E and TJs love to slick back their hair. It's well
and he wants
known.
To keep it like pure.
Right.
He doesn't like muggles.
And he, as a villain character, he's not very well developed,
I forget sometimes.
Tom Riddle is an INTJ.
Tom Riddle.
Probably.
I don't remember.
Again, villains are not necessarily the most realistic characters because, there's got to be some good explanation for why they're so evil. But I want to get back to California's gold, okay? Because there's a lot of history around each of us. And, we can learn a lot about our local history by visiting our local museums and historical parks.
Yes! And Victorian style houses in Sacramento.
I would like to go, it's like all it requires to be like Hugo Hauser, basically, is to go, have the balls to go and say, I would like to interview you on camera about this thing here. And then you make those kind of videos.
I've done that like my whole life.
They don't have to be, like Hugo's videos are kind of entertaining. They're kind of soothing to me on an SI level because they're both familiar in terms of the subject matter. I've been to a lot of places around California and the scenery always looks familiar and stuff. And also it's comfortable because it doesn't ask very much of you. Like it's boring.
You could enjoy it for yourself. Like in my own head, I'm like, oh, those are pretty trees. And, you just kind of sit back, relax, and listen to him. Or the other people talk about it.
Well, Huel, in 1874, their family came and visited here, and they
oh my gosh, I did love that lady. Oh my gosh, I did love that lady. She was like, she's like, now we come in for the front door for the tours, but the back door is where everyone come in and out. This is where everyone came in and out. And then she's like, this is where the hallway was, and this is where the cat was there, and the blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, and this was the television room, and this is where my dad did his work, and blah, blah, blah. And this is where my mom's room was, and she decorated it. And
yeah. I enjoyed her a lot, too.
She was great. I thought she was a great storyteller.
And if you want to know what my mom was like back before she got dementia, watch this episode of California's Gold with Kathleen Brown.
Kathleen Brown.
Who's the daughter of Jerry Brown. No, the sister of Jerry Brown.
Sister of Jerry Brown.
And who spent her teenage years in the governor's mansion of California, was giving a tour of it. Very, very clearly an SI user. Just really enjoying reminiscing about things how the house play was and like what rooms they were likely to be in, what they were likely to be doing when they were in those rooms, and specific anecdotes about this one time, like she told about how she was watching TV in her dad's room, and there was a button in the drawer, and she pushed it one time, and it was like a panic button, and all the state police showed up, and so she was a really good tour guide for a home that because she was being a tour guide not in an NI sense of, and here's where the governor's blah blah blah, but in an SI sense of here's where my brother and I would hang out in the alcove and stuff like that,
Yeah, it's cool. And like she had your mom's like hairstyle.
Right, she even looked like my mom.
Yeah, it was so like interesting to watch, really. And I love the pearl the necklace. I could see your mom like wearing something like that. She dressed like my mom. Yeah. Yeah, it was really fascinating. Very much like my mom. It really was. Isn't it cute? I think it's cute too.
There are still remnants of Spain's influence in California, and you have in the names of things, you have San Juan Capistrano, right? And you got San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara. Those are all from the missionaries. San Gabriel Mission. We could go visit the historic San Gabriel Mission sometime.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
That's where we taught the heathen Southern California Indians how to be Christian. They were so happy. They were so happy about that. They're like, you mean now we don't have to go to hell? And we're like, nope, now you don't have to go to hell anymore. And they're like, oh, thank God. And we're like, exactly.
Exactly.
Catholic Christian. Catholic's just a type of Christian.
My grandma was telling me that she was teaching me about Opus Dei. She's like, I don't know if I ever told you about Opus Dei. I was like, I know about it, but no, you never told me. She's like, yes, I'm in Opus Dei. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so would everybody agree that Catholic is just a kind of Christian? I don't think Catholics understand themselves as such. But yeah, they're just a kind of Christian.
Yes,
right?
They are. They're just kind of Christian, exactly.
My grandfather was Catholic, very Catholic. So much so that he ended up marrying a divorced woman, namely my grandmother. Gladys. And Gladys. He was marrying Gladys, who was divorced. But in order to get him to be able to have his marriage in Catholic Church, he basically gave the Catholic Church a lot of money, and they said, "Okay, fine. You know what? it's actually okay. We will marry you after all of this, lady."
Good, nice work.
That's the sort of thing that Catholics do, right?
Yeah.
They say, "Wow, yeah, we could save your soul and everything, but it's going to cost a little extra."
Like that's like the big scene at the that created like the stereotype in The Godfather, with people going up to the chair with the envelopes and stuff. Oh, so happy to bring my hair.
I used to be Catholic, especially last year, but now I'm moving to Christian. Next year, you're going to move to Mormonism?
Especially last year. The most Catholic person in my family out of the 5 of us is my brother. Every single Lent, he stops doing something. I'm like, I don't even know when it's Lent.
Maybe you should give up being a douchebag next time.
I second that notion.
Oh, congratulations. You gave up being a douchebag for Lent.
Yeah,
that's nice of you. You can resume being a douchebag come Mardi Gras. Or wait, did Mardi Gras come before Lent or after Lent? Fat Tuesday is before Lent, right?
It is before, yeah.
And Mardi Gras is at the end of Lent.
I have no fucking clue.
And before last year, you were a melancholic, lazy nihilist? Well, you definitely stepped up in the world. Okay?
Yes, you have. I agree with that statement as well. I was raised Roman Catholic, and I have gone to various different kinds of religious places, actually, because I'm fascinated by different cultures. and religion is part of that.
Would you call yourself a Catholic schoolgirl?
No, my sister was though. Hey Zandy, happy Thursday to you as well. We were just in Sacramento with what's his name?
Huell Hauser.
Huell Hauser.
Checking out part of California's gold.
Checking out California's gold.
The
They
old
were doing
mansion.
a tour of the governor's home.
The old one, not
the old one.
You ever been to the old governor's mansion, Sandy?
Have you ever been there? I'm talking like she can't hear you. I'm sorry.
It's fine. No, I'm doing it too.
Hey, Ingenteer. No, I agree that if you go into the practice of some sort of religion, the less centralized establishment, the better. I mean, I don't even know. Because, I was introduced to this, Catholic. They're not Catholic. They're like Christians, just plain Christian. That's what they call themselves. And, at one point, they were, going to establish, a new church in a new area, and they were, asking for this, ridiculous amount of money, and I was like, I'm out.
Here's the thing, Zandy. You're missing out on some historicalness, but here's the other thing. It just occurred to me. You talk about a person's relationship with religion, right? So, for me, it's going to be something that I create ideationally or form or conclude about. I don't necessarily create from scratch, but that I define the scope of, and that I validate against my own metric. Because why? I'm an action deliberator type. But if you're an interfacer type, you expect your religious experience to be interfacey. So if you're FE type, you're going to expect your religious experience to be more churchy. If you're going to be religious, especially if it's combined with probably NI. So NIFE is more likely to be churchy than, say, SIFE, which is more likely to be churchy than, say, SITE.
My grandma Lapalosa was the Roman Catholic one. And she really did like us going to church. She really liked knowing that on Sunday her grandkids were in church. Even though she knew that for us, it was a little hard. My mom would pack snacks and stuff for us because it, was a lot of stand up, sit down kind of stuff, and it's in a different language a lot of the times, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
They did your masses in Latin.
Yeah.
Oh, Latin
Sometimes.
Mass, wonderful. How helpful.
Yeah, until they would get to the part where they'd be like, and today, so they would have the scripture, and then they would relate it.
Right,
so
okay.
They'd be like, this week, I noticed that in this passage, I felt this way. And it related in that way as well. And we need to be careful with how we are with other people because this passage examples that. And this is an example of way we should be good people.
Right.
The end.
Yeah, that's it's church for you. Not gonna lie, after my family started going to church, our family kind of collapsed. My dad was usually the anti-church guy, and he turned me into one too, basically. Well, I mean, I think that there's an inherent sort of structural solidity to a thing, and less structurally solid things that have less of their own inherent strength can be supported by things like church. Mm-hmm. But the fact is, I was raised atheist. My family were atheists. We don't have any commonality of religious experience with each other.
Cheers.
It's not something we see as communal at all. I'm not somebody who believes in the notion of a fellowship, particularly.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I see it as something that I do. I have my own personal relationship with God, and it has nothing to do with anybody else, including my other family members.
I pray, and I pray because I want to, not because I've been told to. That makes sense.
So it's like the only reason I would go to church would be as an express manifestation of humility. Going like, okay, well, I'm going to humble myself by going to listen to somebody else's ideas about morality and truth and God and stuff, and try to take that which is useful from it. In other words, shift into an interface functionality with the TE prioritization. And that might be fine, but not really what I want to do with my time.
Yeah.
I have trouble enough getting myself to do lots of things. So, that's the other thing. If you do get yourself into some of those SI consistency things that link in, like, going to church every week or going to AA meetings or going to some sort of organized spiritual-ish thing. It can help you to be more balanced in the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's certainly feasible.
Like, Christmas was always amazing. Like,
with the red, the green.
And Christmas candy.
Not to mention the wonderful songs. And
all the cheer. I love Christmas too. Like, we used to go to my grandma Apollosa's Christmas Eve, and then Santa, from the it's like the fire.
Right, you can't put a fire in the fireplace for Santa to come down.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll get burned.
It was so. I have so much like SI, like NI memories being at that house, and my grandma. The first time I ever won anything, my grandma put in my name for a huge stuffed Santa Claus, and I won. And it's because my grandma put my name in.
That's great.
Isn't that just like Christmassy?
Do TE Doms hate being teased the most? I think nobody likes being teased. I don't like teasing. I've been in a family. I've been part of a family before where the individual liked to kind of bust each other's chops. My second wife's family kind of did that. I didn't like it, and I basically put a stop to it.
Nice.
Because it was like, well, why are you talking to each other like this?
That's not nice. It isn't nice. No. I feel like sometimes I tease you.
No, you don't. That's crazy.
Cool. Yeah, no.
Maybe heaven isn't a place so much as it is Jesus himself. Well, I've hypothesized that for many of us, if we were to construct a notion of heaven, it wouldn't be very much different from our status quo in the sense that we probably have more resources, but we have freedom and liberty and the ability to pursue one's own interest and happiness with as little constraint as possible, but without so little as to make it too easy and not fun. So, in that regard, it's hard to conceive of how, like, what would make the world better than it is now to qualify as heaven. Well, I mean, I guess that's why I don't really ever do much ideation about afterlife stuff.
Oh my gosh, can I circle this back around at Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
That's totally like the story of oh my god, what is that movie? The Christmas movie with the
Two Poops and a Yule Log?
Oh my gosh, it's on every Christmas Eve it's the black and white
Wonderful Life?
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah.
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life.
Mm-hmm. Because he's like, no, I gotta do better. I'm gonna travel the world.
You want the moon up there? I got lots of the moon for you.
Yeah.
So pull it down, son. There you go. There's the moon.
Yeah, Mary.
No. Why does he talk like that?
I think it's a jaw thing. I don't know.
Now he sounds like that lady. What was that lady? You know what I'm talking about?
No. There's so many ladies who talk like that. I don't know who it is.
It's like Hepburn, but not.
Oh, Catherine Hepburn.
Catherine Hepburn. I'm Catherine Hepburn. I talk like this. For some reason.
I know.
If you don't like it, you'll have to listen to somebody else. You bet CJ has a thing for being lectured by INDJ women.
That's funny.
I don't like being teased. I don't like teasing in general. It depends how. If it's super playful and it's not hurtful at all, then fine. But if it's bruising back and forth, I just don't like it. I'm pretty sensitive in those regards.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing other people do it to other people. I don't like them doing it to me. I won't allow them to do it to me. I mean, they learn that first. Oh, Eric doesn't play that. They learn that first, then they learn, oh, we don't play that around Eric either because he doesn't like it.
I don't like a lot of sarcasm. Like, I don't know, negative. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's just like you, Matthew. Teasing's growing on you. That's the kind of shit you say.
I don't like teasing. Yeah, no. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't even know how to do it, honestly.
ENFPs, girls, like being lectured on their TI polar. Of course they do. They love it. No, you're wrong. Stop being so wrong.
Stop being so wrong. Who's a good female example of an ENFP? Well, yeah, Gwen Stefani, but I don't know what.
ENFP female?
Yeah.
Fiona Apple.
You think Fiona Apple?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why her latest album sucked?
Mm-hmm.
Sucked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's Stephanie. It's Megan. It's Megan Lawnmower. Okay. But Megan, you left your jacket.
Oh my god.
I can't. Over it. I'm over it. Stop.
I'm so
sorry.
I'm just gonna do it. Go away now.
But Megan, though. But Megan, you forgot your jacket. Are high TI users less afraid of death than others due to their detestation? No, I think high FI users are less afraid of death because they understand that living means accruing weight. And that eventually you just have too much weight from the loss.
I'm so sorry.
Did you lose some weight?
No. I just spilled it.
Oh, you spilled bong. I
Yeah.
see. I thought you humanity man.
No, spill some weed.
No, that album is not pretty good. It starts off and you immediately think like,
oh
whoa, this
gosh.
is going to do something. And then it just gets so self-indulgent.
So terrible.
It's just awful.
I'm sorry. It's terrible.
It's any run amok. It's any run amok.
Drivel.
Not a fan of death.
I like Fiona Apple. That song that we love.
Look, there's a number
Paper
of
Bag.
there's a number
so
of
good.
Fiona Apple songs that are fantastic, right? But not her new album.
No.
Her new album is too much
drivel.
NE, not enough NI. It's avoiding the NI goodness of wherever in every step of the way. Okay, Matthew Allister is not a fan of death. But you just wait, young man. Wait until you lose and suffer throughout your entire life. Then you'll be eager for his cold grasp and embrace. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I don't ever hear anybody saying? I like that Fiona Apple album, and I listen to it regularly. Does anybody say that?
Oh,
Does anybody say that?
Please.
I both like that Fiona Apple album and listen to it regularly. Nobody says that.
Nobody.
What's your favorite band? I don't know. I mean, it's impossible to say what my favorite band is, but I mean, the thing is, like, I listen to playlists made of singles from different bands. I don't really listen to albums much anymore. Some bands I'll listen to a compilation of singles from that band, like Steely Dan.
They're gonna be up there for you.
They might be up there. Yeah.
My favorite band's the Beatles.
The Beatles are good.
I like that you like the Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles are great. You can't go wrong with the Beatles. They have a higher batting average than any other band in history.
Thanks, Bay.
I think that's fair to say, don't you?
Yeah. I think
a higher batting average. You look at all the
Yeah.
Beatles songs in terms of hits and misses,
Oh my
like things that make you go like, wow, that's
Boom,
great songwriting,
boom, boom.
versus there are some mediocre Beatles songs.
Oh, hell yeah.
There definitely are.
Yes.
But there are for every band. You know, there's no band doesn't have a few mediocre shit. Unless maybe they only put out one album of perfect gems or something. I don't know. But their batting average in terms of good songs per disposable ones is higher than any other band in history. I think that's a fair thing to say for a band that put out a bunch of albums. Like Led Zeppelin, there's a few good albums. There's also some stinkers in there. There's some stinky albums in there. Like In Through the Outdoor is not a good album.
I like that you can so honestly say that.
Yeah.
It's true. You got to be honest about your band here.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, everyone.
That's one of the good things about not having FI involved in what I like. You know, it's like I know what I like is good. I'm liking the thing, not some personal thing.
So that's how I feel about Radiohead, right? Because like and fucking Coldplay, yo. Coldplay after their second album, Rush of Blood to the Head, like they came out with another one, Viva La Vida. Okay, all right. I like songs off of that too. That was like 3 albums. That's 3 albums that are good. Everything else, I really do not like. Like they get a lot of airplay. I don't really like them though.
I would say, for example, Rolling Stones are definitely better than The Who. The Who I don't like at all. All right.
I do.
A couple of songs.
But yeah, it is a couple of songs. Like, okay, I listen to their greatest hits, and those are the songs that I like.
Pinball Wizard's a good song.
Pinball Wizard? Yeah.
That's a good song.
Fun song.
It is a fun song. Sure plays a mean pinball. But
and I do like Baba O'Reilly. I can't lie. There is something about that song that I do like. Maybe it's like the playing air guitar in my room, being stoned, just like the you know.
In terms of
sometimes
new bands,
you get bored and you do shit.
In terms of new bands, the new band that I'm most impressed with is Saint Motel, of which I've heard like 4 or 5 of their songs, and almost every one of them I've said, "Wow, this is really good." Mm-hmm. But some of their older stuff is a little less like grab you by the throat.
Yeah, man.
But still, like that band, they're what they're doing right now is amazing, and I have high hopes it's going to continue to maintain this level going forward, or maybe even get better, because the older stuff they hadn't quite found their meow, their overall NI meow.
Yes, agreed. Because they haven't put out a full album yet either. So,
but now the shit they're doing is just banging.
They get it together.
So that's one.
Band that I like that I think is going places and has increased their music ability over time is Two Door Cinema Club. They've been around for a bit and they're good. They're talented songwriters and guitar players.
Matthew, I agree with you. The Beatles get the status of being the best band of all time, even though they're not my actual favorite band of all time.
They are mine.
Yeah, and that's perfectly reasonable, because I do think that they deserve that title. Like I said, they got the highest batting average.
Yeah, and then LCD Sound System is like number 3 on my list.
I like Cake. I like
Cake is fun.
I like They Might Be Giants.
I like them too.
I say They Might Be Giants has been very influential on me, because I listened to it a lot when I was younger, when I was developing my music. Yes. Still got my Two-Door Cinema Club CDs in the car. That's good. I like Eminem. Eminem's good. LCD Sound System's great. I agree.
Yeah. The new Strokes album? Wait, as in the one that they made back in 2013? Because I thought they broke up.
I would say another big influence on me from my teenage years, along with They Might Be Giants, is Billy Bragg. He had a big influence on my songwriting, I would say, as well as They Might Be Giants. Shit I listened to as a teenager, I didn't have such a large amount of different stuff, and I typically did listen to albums. Toy Dolls were influential on me and my thoughts about music. And stuff from even younger than that, my dad's album collection, Beatles, Steely Dan. And funk stuff like Brothers Johnson, and, get the funk out my face. Get the funk out my face.
Well, I think, oh my gosh, I have to show you a song. I think LCD Sound System covers one of those songs in a live show. Actually, yeah.
Justin Timberlake has a couple of good songs.
Yes, a couple.
And the other thing is, I would say, as far as doing disposable stuff that's stylistically effective, he's good at that. I would say one of his best songs is actually "Dick in a Box." That might be his best song.
Probably.
"Dick in a Box" will live forever.
Yeah, "Dick in a Box" will live forever. You're right.
"Cry Me a River" might also live forever.
I love that song.
That's a good one.
When that song came on, I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Makes me want to listen to it, actually. It's got a cool... He was working with Timbaland. That's why Yeah, it's good stuff. That's really good.
It is.
"Bring Sexy Back" is a good song too, but it doesn't stand its time as well as a lot of those things because it's so
right.
It was so stylistically pow at the time. And now it's kind of a little, it can't get by on its style anymore. And so it hasn't aged as well as, say, "Cry Me a River."
"Cry Me a River" is so fucking good.
Because "Cry Me a River" has at its core a great song. And that's what, in general, Justin Timberlake doesn't have in his repertoire.
That's his main, it's going to be his main song, really.
"California Dreaming" versus "Californication." I'm going to have to go "California Dreaming."
Me too.
Because "Californication" is a terrible album and song.
I second that. Were the Beatles invented to perpetuate an idea, then John found love in Yoko, causing him to convert and ultimately get murdered? No.
Joe Wisdom, I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So
Marina, I don't know. I like Marina and the Diamonds. She's good. I don't know what type she is. But,
it's great. It makes me smile to think about that. I can hear it in my head, and it's just
Marina
slamming.
Hernandez. Yeah, Marina Hernandez. She's really good. I like her a lot. She's one who evolves too, her music.
Now, among the people I would say are terrible, even though she has, this is one of the few people that I would say this about. She has a few good songs, but everyone else is terrible, is Madonna.
Yeah.
despite any successes she has, no matter how great success she ever achieves, she will still be way more terrible than she ever is good.
Yes, and actually, I really don't think that Maria is INFJ. I have to say, she comes off very ESFP.
Well, of course, she's gonna say she's INFJ.
Yeah, I think she's ESFP because she's prima donna girl. Yeah. All I ever wanted was the world. Can't help that I need it all. Prima donna. Life, the rise and fall. Yeah, I don't think that she's INFJ. But I still love her. She could be ENFP, possibly. She does write her own stuff. I like her. I saw her live with my sister. So, I'm a big fan.
Sweet Trip, not familiar with
but
Sweet
I don't
Trip.
think she's not an INFJ.
Maybe I'll look into Sweet Trip. Let's listen to a Sweet Trip song. Anybody have a specific Sweet Trip song they recommend?
Sweet Trip song?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, there are people recommending this band Sweet Trip. Let's see what this sounds like. This one has the most views, probably. Velocity Design Comfort. Let's listen to a little bit of it and see if you guys are right or wrong about Sweet Trip. You'll find out now in a little bit. I'll tell you. We'll tell you. No. Velocity Design Comfort is not a classic. It's a pile of garbage. Okay? Might take a few listens. You guys have to do a lot better than that to get a few listens out of me.
Who said that? No.
That is incredibly self-indulgent. Oh my God, it is so self-indulgent.
Yeah.
It is not trying to do anything meaningful or effective musically at all. Terrible.
So for anyone who saw Grandma's Boy, it reminds me of the music that computer guy uses for his game.
No, but see, that's not
dark,
right. Yeah, you guys.
You don't get it.
You guys. Can ISTJ dislike showers and brushing their teeth, for example? They do daily. They think to themselves, "Let me hurry up and get this over with." Sure, I don't see why not. The music was called Sweet Trip. Velocity Design Comfort. It's like, the terrible music you hear after a rave at an after party where they have the C level DJ spinning. It's like, and they're not quite in time sometimes. And it's like, what are you trying to do here? And there's a lot of glitch elements in it. That means it's bad. Okay? That's what we're saying. It's done really terribly. So we call them glitch elements. They're mistakes, They're things about a song that are bad.
Yeah, that's fucking bad. I mean, I hated it. I really did.
You all just don't get it.
Okay.
All right, CJ, we just don't get it.
You're right.
You got to be very patient with it, right? I just don't have that. I'm not that kind of music listener. I don't have a lot of patience because I get a general sense of what they're trying to do, and I see if they get there, and it's like, okay, you are asking a lot of me.
One of my favorite bands, and I think they're one of my favorite bands because they didn't last too long, is Talking Heads. Because there's definitely like NI reasons within that. Like, I was going through a phase where I was listening to like only current music, and my dad was like, "Hey, let's like watch this live video of a concert for the Talking Heads," and he actually had to kind of like persuade me a little bit to like watch it. Did, and I loved it. It's called Stop Making Sense. And I highly recommend it for anyone who is a music fan. It's one of Jonathan Demme's first videos ever. He's a popular director now. And the Talking Heads like changed over time. When their first album is so like different from their later stuff. But I can't say that all albums are great. Some I really push myself to like listen to, and then other like their singles are good.
This is what I say with Talking Heads also, is that Rachel likes them more than I do, and the reason is because they're a good example of any done well. But for me, I'm less in general attracted to any done well than I am to NI done well. So it's like I would say my equivalent to Talking Heads would be the Cars.
I like the Cars too.
I
like the Cars a lot.
She likes the Cars a lot too.
Yeah,
but,
I do. I really do.
But the Cars I think of as being a really diligently NI band. Like the amount of lyrics in them are so very small amount of lyrics. Yeah, that's the thing that Talking Heads. It's like, okay, you're inning too much in your lyrics.
Yes, karaoke to them is very difficult. But I still do it. That's where INTPs benefit.
Who shattered his mind in the late 60s? Can?
Stop it.
This is a band called Can.
Stop.
Can.
Stop. This can't.
It can. Okay. I like that. That's cool, isn't it? Can. Hi, we're Can.
I need to lean on you right now.
You can interpret it either as referencing the thing that you store beans in, or the verb meaning to be able.
Oh my
God. Ella Sion killing my dreams. All right, I'll check it out. You guys say best track, best song ever, huh?
Yeah.
I find that difficult to believe, but Ella Sion killing my dreams. We will search for it.
No fucking way.
Have you heard the song before?
No.
Well, let's hear it. Maybe it's good. Who knows? You like that song? You can't possibly like that song. You guys are shitting me, right? Are you just playing with me, Crazy Donkey? Who else thinks that song is good? Nathan Long, C.J. O'Connell? Is this some sort of like joke you guys came up with?
You can't.
Weezer's great. Weezer's great. I don't have any problem with
Weezer is great. I do karaoke when I do karaoke, I sing Weezer too.
They've got some epic, just wonder songs, you know?
Right?
Hash Pipe's great.
Yeah, Sweater Song. I love Sweater Song.
Also, the most famous one.
Buddy Holly.
No, not that one. Waterfall.
Oh, Island in the Sun.
No, Waterfall for the every day.
That's TLC.
No, it's not. Say it ain't so.
Oh yeah, Say It So. Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, Say It So.
I'm sure they do suck for years, but they got a lot of good. They got a lot of good songs.
They do, really.
I don't say Weezer has a high batting average, though.
No.
If you were to compare the Beatles and Weezer to each other in terms of batting average,
No, but they are they're high on my list, and live they're really good. I have to say, his voice sounds exactly the same as it does on the album, which is impressive.
They have multiple songs that will stand the test of time, and people will still be singing years and years and years from now. That's a rare accomplishment for any band.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever be singing that horrible song you guys just linked to me or suggested to me in 5 years. Nobody will ever think that was a good song. Once it's had some time to determine what it actually is and for people to understand it. People come into it with inadequate understanding at first, and On the Floor by Ice Ginger Fish. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see if Lawnmower gets one. So far, you guys are all batting very, very poor percentages because I haven't been suggested anything good yet. Let's see. Ice Ginger Fish, On the Floor. This looks a little more promising. What the? What the fuck is that? Oh my god. That is. That's definitely worth watching. On the Floor by Ice Ginger Fish. Why is it called Ice Ginger Fish?
I was literally on the floor.
Why is it called Ice Ginger Fish? Let's check out Nugget toy here. I just couldn't even. I can't even begin to watch it. Frankly. But that ice ginger fish. I can't tell that guy an absolute genius or complete moron. I really can't tell. Okay, I honestly cannot tell. He's either an epic genius or a complete moron, and I have no idea which.
I'm not really sure.
It's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. What in the fuck are you singing? What is that thing? What are those sounds you're making?
I can't take it. Wait, let me cool down a little bit. Oh my gosh.
All the comments are people enabling him and feeding his ego. Oh, you mean so he's astroturfed the comments from any real comments? Is that what he? So you think it's legit? It's just like he really thinks that's a great song?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I mean. World by Pearls Before Swine.
No.
Nathan Long. Nathan Long's not.
Okay, all
no,
right.
he says we're gonna really actually enjoy this. Okay.
No, but I think that. All right. I feel like I know this.
This song.
All right. No.
I Saw the World Pearl Before Swine.
Okay.
Is it a cover of I Saw the World and Melt With You? Why would anybody think I would like that? What makes people think I would like that song? It's terrible. Terrible. Oh. Well, regardless, I'm just happy to have been introduced to Ice Ginger Fish. I'm gonna have to watch that video again and just sort of analyze this of what the hell is going on here.
I don't know. It has almost as many legs as dislikes.
Does that guy have other songs? Is that his only track or what? I mean, I want to know if he's got. I got to get into more of his jams. He's. Let me Google Ice Ginger Fish here and see what else we have by him. Ice Ginger Fish. He's got more than one. He's got a lot of songs. He's got a lot of stuff. He's got all kinds of stuff.
Oh no, it sounds like we're in for a ride.
He's got 716,000 subscribers.
What?
That's crazy. Wow. All right, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I think. You ready, Rachel?
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for being here.